Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Transformation Chamber. Good morning, good night, good evening, whatever part of the world you're joining me from. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Before we get started today, I would really like you guys to click that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up if this message is for you, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified every time a new episode drops. Today I wanted to talk about it was a topic I was thinking about on my way home from work, and I wanted to talk about misery because we all know misery loves company. At least that's the saying, But I started thinking about like, yeah, well, misery loves company, but why does misery love company? So I want to invite everybody today. We're gonna look at it like this. Everybody come to the water hole. All the Look at it like we're animals. Every animal come to the water hole. It's a safe haven today. We're gonna talk about some stuff because I want to understand everyone around, and I would like us to get the chance to understand each other. You know, but I'm going home. I'm driving home, and I'm thinking, like it's just dawning on me, like why does misery love company? Like why? And I thought to myself, well, what is a miserable person, Ron? An unhappy person, you know and it could be in bitter people, old people, young people. Misery comes in all shapes and forms, like all ages. It don't matter. You could be 3 years old and be a miserable baby. I'm not trying to say it like that, but there's plenty of miserable 3-year-old babies around here. It's not just 8-year-old people or people who just kind of lost everything. But I was thinking, and I'm like, why does misery love company so much? I want to understand them from their point of view. And it dawned on me. I was like, all right, so if you're miserable, what are you lacking? You're lacking happiness. You've lost your happiness. So anyone who has lost something, you know, or I'm sorry, misplaced something. I'm not really gonna say lost. You misplaced something, right? After a while of looking for it, I'm keep it 100%. You become kind of frustrated. You misplace your keys. You trying to get to work. You running late. You scrambling everywhere. You look in the fridge. I've done that before too. Because you never know where you leave these things at. You look in the fridge. You look in all the pants pockets. You might even look in the freezer. I'm not sure why to be there, but you look everywhere for this thing, and you become frustrated because you're like, dang, it's somewhere I gotta be. I gotta be somewhere, and I need this thing to get me to where I'm going to. So I started to think to myself, well, maybe they're miserable, you know, maybe they feel this way because, if you're miserable and you're unhappy, you're missing something. You've misplaced it. And you can become miserable with the people around you because you're more like you're looking from the point of view like I want them, I would like them to help me find what I'm missing, but they're not listening to me, you know? So we're gonna back it up just a little bit. On this end, people who are happy genuinely don't won't want to, genuinely won't want to listen to what you have to say if you're a miserable person. They'll kind of write you off. And when they write you off, you're just like, oh, you won't help me, so whatever. I'm not even gonna ask for your help or whatnot. You won't help me. So now you become more frustrated. And you could, like I said, you could be a happy-go-lucky person, and just like, man, that person's just always miserable. I just want to get caught up in what they got going on. Like I'm good, and they making my day bad. So but they lost their happiness. So on the other end now, you know, now they're like I said, you wrote them off. So now on the other end, they're upset. They're upset that you wrote them off because they like, yo, have you seen my keys? The happiness is the keys, right? Have you seen my keys? I need my keys so I can get to where I'm going to. I'm running late. Please, can you help me find my keys? I just, please, for a minute, even just for a second, help me find my keys. Where did I leave them at? Did you see where I left them? Did I leave them in your car? Did I leave them on your station? And when I thought about that, I'm like, dang. And I've done that. I've like wrote people off because they're quote unquote a miserable person. So why do I want to get involved with them? And I thought to myself, yo, how selfish is that, bro? Speaking to myself, how selfish are you, Ron, to like write that person off? They misplaced their happiness. I got my happiness. I know where it's at, and when we know where happiness is at, we go with it. But I started thinking to myself that, is it fair to them that they misplaced their happiness and they can't find it? Because we all misplace something. We human. We misplace. We all have misplaced something in our life, and we know what that feels like. You know, and everybody reacts differently. Some people spaz out. When they lose something. Some people are just calm, like, man, let me just retrace my steps. Or the most common one, let me just stop looking for it and it'll find me. Which for some reason that usually always works. I'm not sure why, but the brain will just always kind of get you back to where you were when you just stop looking for it. So, you know, today I really wanted to share with you guys. I really wanted to like write this whole thing out and be more in detail with it, but I was like, yo, let me just keep this just 100% and just write off the top of my mind. You know, if you're working with a miserable person, if you're next to a miserable person, it could be your friend or your so-called friend, whatever you want to call them. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your nephew, your niece, whoever it is. You know, I think it's important for us to start now. Happy people, let's start doing a better job of asking them. Okay, you've misplaced your help. Where's when is the last time you seen it? When's the last time you had it? Let me help you look for this happiness so you can get to where you're going to, because when you get to your destination, whatever that's gonna hold something for you, and that's gonna hold that greatness for you, and you want to inspire others. And I always like to keep my videos like that with just inspiration. So, but if you don't have what you need, yeah, it's like, yo, if I'm trying to build a house and you give me the nails, I don't got no hammer. Of course, I'm gonna be frustrated. I'm about to hammer the nails with my hand. I need a hammer. So I just thought about it, like, and there's some people I'm not sure, like their happiness is like years gone, like decades gone, and you may not be the person to help them find that happiness. I'm not gonna say never. Maybe you weren't the person intended to help them find that happiness, but the reality of it is some people died miserable because we didn't help them. We didn't take the time to at least put forth effort to helping them find their misplaced happiness so they can get to where they're going to. And that's not right, man. That's not fair. And I'm some of the blame. I'm gonna be real with you. And I'm not telling you guys to say, to man up to it or woman up to whatever you want to say, own up to it. But in all honesty, to just be 100%, I'm part of the blame with that. I wrote some people off, and because they're miserable and they're having a bad day, and I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that bad day, you know. But if a person is miserable, let's start asking them, how can I help you? Help me help you. You've misplaced something. You see what I'm saying? You've misplaced it, and I want to help you, or at least assist you in finding this thing. I want to put forth some effort in finding this thing for you. When we do that, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like just because you asked first, they're gonna be ecstatic and happy, like, yay, this person's gonna help you. They may still be miserable. They may still have that because it's a lot of history on that misery. It's a lot of background on that misery. They gotta come out of the negative and come into and at least come to the neutral, to the zero part, and then start going forward. When you're having a bad day, you automatically go to the negative. For the most part, you're gonna go to the negative. And in order for you to get to the positive, you gotta come back to the zero, to the neutral, which means you gotta let me relax. Let me just calm it down a little bit. Let me just relax, because I know my happiness right over there. All right, cool. I'm at zero. So now I'm good. Now I can get to that positive now. Get to that happy place. The place everybody want to be. It's like your favorite place to vacation at. That's the happiness. But some people, that misery they got, it's like the worst place you want to be. And it's you don't want to live there. And I would say rent is cheap. So I wouldn't even say rent. Forget that. Forget that analogy. Like, rent is cheap. You just don't want to live there. Forget that. It's just a place that you just don't want to be. And some people say, oh, they love being miserable and things like that. In my opinion, I don't think they like being miserable. I think that they're having a very difficult time finding what they misplaced. And that's a very sad thing. you know. But on the other end of sadness is happiness, you know. And if they're in a very sad place and we're in a very happy place, then I feel it's our duty to get them to at least try give effort to get them back to zero, so that now they can at least have a fresh start with finding their happiness. People, life is very long. It's very, very long. You know, people like to say it's short. Nah, it's long. And it can be very difficult because human beings love to focus on details. You know, it's just love yourself as, you know, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Like, things are very simple, but we make them difficult because we add more details to every little thing. I got to add more, you know, more of a this and this to this little thing, this little sentence, you know, and that's just like, that's just, I would say it's human nature to add details to it. But the reality of it is why would you want to see somebody miserable? I don't think we want to see anybody miserable. So while we're all gathered at the water hole right now, I'm talking to everybody at the water hole. You know, like I said, I'm gonna keep this real African style, and everybody's trying to get their drink of water. While we're here, I don't think we want to be miserable. I think we're, you know, we're looking for something, and we're just upset that we can't find what we misplaced. And I know there's some people who are miserable that when they get back what they misplaced, when it comes back in their possession, I bet you they gonna hold it tight. They don't ever want to lose that again because they be like, yo, you know what? I don't ever want to go back to that place again. And I'm a prime example of that. Like I said, people see me on here now, right? And you see me positive, and I've been like this for a long time now. But it was a point in my life, and I'll even give you the time. I was living in Miami, and I was just it was actually from Miami. I was negative for a good amount of years, and I was just a very negative person. I never gave anybody props. It could be a hot idea. I'm like, man, that's whack. That's corny. I don't want. Ain't all of that, bro. You know. And I was just like, I had a negative mindset. And what helped me, I don't know like what changed me per se, but I know the moment I was living in Liberty City. I'll even give you the address. I was living on 7th Ave and 53rd Street. And I remember I got up one morning and I looked, and I went to go brush my teeth, and I looked in the mirror, and you know, like my inner me, you know, asked me, you know, like, why are you upset? You know, and I didn't even have an answer for him. You know, I couldn't give us an answer, and that bothered me, that I didn't even know why I was upset. And thinking about it now, it actually kind of hit me harder now. Thinking more on it now, I would say why was because I misplaced something. I mean, anybody who knew me as a kid knew me like, you know, like a young kid. I was happy-go-lucky. I was a gentleman. I was goofy. I like to laugh. I love to talk. I love to connect to people and stuff like that. I mean, I was shy still, but you know, you like a kid. You're innocent. You think everything of the world, and you don't think of the bad things. If something bad happens, like, how could somebody do that to me? You know, like, we're supposed to love each other. As you get older, you realize that, nah, people ain't like that. But look at myself in the mirror. I would tell myself back then, me now would tell myself back then that I don't know where I misplaced the happiness, but I'm so happy for everybody in my life that helped me along the way, that were my rainbow in the sky, locate my happiness, you know, locate my misplaced happiness, because I was able to help other people locate their misplaced happiness. And you know, it's just human beings, and this is my opinion. I mean, you guys can think of you can think any way you want to think, but I'm just saying, let's spread some love, man. You know, to all the queens out there, let's spread some love. To all the fellas out there, all the kings out there, spread some love, man. Call your family members up, tell them you think about them. You mean, if you're not on the loving terms yet, maybe I got some bad blood or whatever, just tell them like, yo, I just think about you, man. You know, and I know things kind of messed up for you, or no, between us, but you know, I'd like to be here for you. And then from there, you can start rolling out like, man, look, you know, you changed around this time. Like, what happened? And when you can describe your feelings, when you can actually pinpoint and like put a title on your feelings, I'm sad, I'm confused, I'm angry, I'm happy. When you can do that, then a person can better help you to get to where you need, to where they know you should be, to where you know you should be. So for anybody out there who is miserable and you tuned into this channel, I tell you this, I'm thinking about you. And I hope this message reaches you. I'm sorry, and I hope that you can even have the courage and the boldness to, you know, and I would just say even be in a vulnerable moment to call somebody and just even if you feel like they're gonna click, hang up the phone on you and just say like, hey man, is it possible you can help me get back what I misplaced, man? Like I'm sorry for the things I did, and I don't want to be like that. I want to get to where you're at, but I'm in a negative space right now, and if you can just kind of help me push me forward in the closer to the zero, maybe not to the zero, but closer to the zero, I really really appreciate that, man. And like I said, we as kings and queens, man, like let's start spreading some love. They misplace their happiness. And you know what that feel like when you, and I'm gonna use the analogy again, you know what it feel like when you misplace your keys. That's some frustrating stuff. When you lose your wallet and you trying to get that cheeseburger or whatever food you're trying to buy, you go to the market like, dang, where my wallet at? Because you need it. You in the dire moment, you need that right now to get to the next place. Because the place is waiting on you. You got the appointment set for the next place, but now you ain't got the keys to get to the destination. you know, and I just think we should do better. In my opinion, we should do better as humans, and start speaking with each other. And it's okay if we don't get along. That's okay, but it don't mean I gotta hate you or anything like that. Like, just plenty of times I don't get along with somebody, but some people may be stuck in their ways, or they're just letting you know, like, this is who I am, and I can choose not to be around that person. I'm not gonna speak bad about the person, but I'm like, hey, that person into this, and I'm not into that, so I'm gonna keep it short. I'm just keep it cordial. What's up? Da da da. We keep it pushing. But today, like I said, I would love for this message to like go on and talk more into details about it. But like, we really need to help people find what they misplace. If we truly gonna love our neighbors as we love ourselves, let's do that. And I want to challenge you. If you listen to this, I want to challenge you to do that. Help somebody find what they misplace, because you at some point in time have misplaced something, whether it's what we're talking about now, or it's, like I said, your keys, or just whatever. You misplaced something, and you know how frustrating that could be. Let's get back. Let's help people get back to what it is, so the light can be brighter. Maybe you're the light in your family. But don't you get, don't that can get tiring sometimes. You can find yourself like, dang man, they draining me, man. Like, I'm just trying to live my life and trying to be me, but they always got something negative to say, you know. But instead of like you distancing yourself from them, let's start asking the real questions. Let's start asking those deep questions. I don't care if it's your mom, I don't care if it's your dad, your grandmother, your grandpa, I don't care who it is. Let's start asking these questions. These questions are important. Because these things take over our community. For real, like, these things are taking over our community, and then we are looked at as a whole, as a unit, as being bitter people or crabs in a barrel people or whatnot. And I do understand that people are going to be, people categorize people no matter what. But at the end of the day, let's instead of categorizing people and putting people in that crab in the barrel thing, or they ignorant, or they this and that or whatnot. Let's start increasing the good categories. Then let's start increasing the positive people, the motivational people, the successful people. Let's start let's start adding more to that category. If we're gonna have categories, let's do this. Let's add to the good categories. Let's treat it like cholesterol. There's bad cholesterol and there's good cholesterol. I don't know too much about that, but I thought it was a good analogy and whatnot. But if we gonna have it, let's just add to the good cholesterol then. Because I don't know, man. For me, driving home, I see from a different point of view now. Like, it's unacceptable. For me, I'm gonna look at it like it's unacceptable, and I want to do something about it now. And for the people that I know that are miserable, I want to do my part, and I want to help you find what you misplace, because that's a serious thing. And I don't want to let you go through life. I don't want you to die and pass on, and then no one ever helped you find that treasure or whatever you were looking for, that key to start that spaceship, or of the inside of you, to unlock all the greatness you would have added to this world. I don't want to be that person. I want to be that person to help you find that. And maybe I can only go so far, because like I said, like it says, like me, one of my heavenly jobs is a seed sower. My job is to sow the seed and I move on. But if you're a seed sower, keep sowing your seeds. If you're the person who to water the flower, yo, recognize your heavenly job and start watering that flower. Yeah, you may be tired, you may be a little thirsty, but get some water. You know what I mean? And look, we all tired. We all tired. So let's not use that as an excuse anymore. Because guess what? We all sleep. I don't care if you sleep 1 hour, you sleep 10. We all sleep. We're all tired. We're all hungry. We're all of that all the time. So let's start focusing on putting ourselves in a better. I'm gonna use the word better now. Better category, because we don't just owe it to everybody else. We owe it to ourselves. And if people around us are not great, then how can we truly unlock our level of greatness? How can we truly unlock that pinnacle level of greatness? To where they're more like, yo, like that person, he's there now. Like he has dug in his bag and he has given it everything he's got. But like I said, while we're at this water hole and we're drinking and we're refreshing ourselves with the water and this word, let's help people get back. If do it immediately. Let's do it immediately right now. And if it's late at night, then wait till people wake up. You know what I mean? Let's not bother them 4 o'clock in the morning. But let's do it immediately. Even if it's just like I said, calling somebody and just saying like, hey, bro, I was thinking about you. Hey, sis, I was thinking about you. Or hey, mom, dad, or friend, whoever that is, I was thinking about you, whatnot. And then start writing down how you gonna get to that question. Like, man, a while ago, man, like you seem to misplace something, and I don't mind helping you if you like. I like to help you get that back, and I wouldn't mind assisting you in that journey to help you get back what you misplaced. They didn't lose it; they just misplaced it. So tonight, let's focus on that. Let's get everybody back to that good category. Let's start increasing that category so it can go up and up and up and up. And then everybody's gonna start reaching back down like, dang, somebody did good, something good for me. Because when you feel that good and somebody did something good for you, and you can see everybody doing something good for somebody else, guess what? I bet you're gonna want to take part of that. It's like the little thing at Dunkin' Donuts where somebody paid they paid their bill and for the next person behind them. And then the cashier would say like, hey, somebody paid your bill. And they'd be like, you know what? I'm going to pay the person behind me bill or whatnot. So when we talk about like the crab in the barrel, ain't no crab in the barrel type stuff. Let's start paying it forward. We can start paying it backwards too. We can start, like, hey, somebody help me. I'm gonna throw that helpline back. And then we can all get out, we can all get out of that little category and climb in to the next one if we all stay attached. But yeah, they didn't lose anything. They not miserable. It's not that they love company. It's just that they're asking people. Can you help me find this? They honestly, I think they want a search party, and we should give them the search party to locate what they misplaced, so we can start having more of us around that light, that the true kings and the true queens, and let's not make it all about ourselves. Like trust me, if you make time for yourself, then it's not all about yourself. Because you be like, yo, look, my me time, that's right here. And then after that, then I can give myself to the world and to the people around me, whatnot. So schedule time for you, your me time. And then after that, you'll realize that you have some more energy. And it can just be 10 more minutes, whatever how much energy you got, you can have it to start helping people and start helping others out and, helping them locate that. I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. Like I said, I don't want to, let this message go on and on, but it is something I would love to do like a follow-up episode about. Please, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know how you are, let me know how you feel about this message, how you're taking it, and let me know if it's somebody in your life that, that you want to just help out, and you can just put like, I'm down, in the comment section, just put, I'm down to help, just put that, I'm down to help. And let's do that. Let's, as we all gather around, let's gather around and let's help them people. Let's help them, what we call, and I don't know the word for right now, but I don't want to even say miserable. As we help these people find what they misplaced, you'll see their attitude shift and their attitude change. And as you see it change, you can realize like, wow, we really can make a difference if we just put the effort forward. So I thank you guys for listening to me tonight. As I said, please, if this message was for you, hit the subscribe button, so you're locked into this channel. the Transformation Chamber. Hit the thumbs up if it was for you, and hit that bell so you can get notified when when I drop these new episodes and everything like that. I really just want to get it out there. I want to get the word out there a lot because there's somebody who could be relying on this message, and I think the word gets out there, it not just me giving the word, but it inspire others to go out there and give their opinions and their words of encouragements, and we can start helping one another. And I want to start doing what this me doing this right here is building up, and I want to build up that category so we can start building up the good category and keep going up and up and up. Let's start looking at us as building blocks and not like somebody who just like they trying to take you down and do this and do that. Like now, let's just see ourselves as a building block. And when you're building something, you got to put some effort in. Like, yeah, you're gonna blood, sweat, and tears. You're gonna have to put it in. It's not gonna be lemonade, watermelon, and short rib or fried chicken or whatever it is you into. It's gonna be some stuff. So let's focus on that, man. But I thank you guys for chiming in with me tonight. It's just something I had in my mind, and I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate all the love I'm getting from this channel, and I hope everybody out there is being safe and staying safe, and grinding and putting that work in. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, the Transformation Chamber. My name is Ronald. I'll catch you.